Okay, welcome back to Bounce Around Charleston. I'm here with Christina Covington and Penelope Bowman. We hear a lot about mental health in the African American community, but what we don't hear a whole lot about, how there are overwhelming reports of complications that women of color are having during pregnancy and the birthing process. Well, Christina and Penelope will talk about a process called doulas. Welcome, ladies, to Bounce Around Charleston.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Okay, Christina, what is doula?
So a doula is a woman that assists the mother during childbirth. She's like a birth coach. So she's there to support her emotionally. She's there to support the family. She's there to give her positive vibes, give her good energy as she labors and goes through the birthing process. She's not medically trained. So that's the biggest thing I really want people to understand. She's not the one that's down there catching the babies, but she's there really giving that energy to mom through massage, through music, through song, through, aromatherapy and things of that nature.
Does a person have to go to school to learn this?
You don't have to go to school, but you do want to have it be facilitated by a trainer, someone who actually has the knowledge about it. So there's not like, it's not like going to Trident Tech or anything like that. That would be more of a midwife that actually has to go to schooling and training and take actual classes and courses throughout the years to get certified in that area.
Okay, Penelope, what do you want to say about this?
Well, first of all, I am a certified nurse midwife that I've been practicing here in the Charleston area for the past 25 years. And yes, doulas are wonderful, and we do need them here for the mental health of a lot of our patients, particularly in the African American community, because they provide the support, the encouragement, and even from the beginning of the pregnancy all the way through, and particularly in the postpartum period where we have a lot of our problems with women when they leave the hospital. So that acute time for the mother, immediate postpartum, during the labor, it's very important, and it's great to have someone like a doula who could follow up.
So why is it so important to give them that mental health support?
The mental health support, she needs the reinforcement through pregnancy. We as African American women, we have lots of other stresses in addition to pregnancy, and pregnancy is an added stress. And so during that period in time, there's so many different added stresses from social to financial, etc. And the doula is one that can not only provide that support, but point her to some of the resources that might be available to her in the community, which we also, as certified nurse midwives, do also.
Okay, well, do you also provide support after the baby is born?
Absolutely. That's really important because we want to encourage mom to start, breastfeeding. So we like to check in with her and make sure she's not struggling, make sure the baby's latching, and make sure she's in a safe environment, because if she's in a hostile environment or, an environment where she can't really relax, the letdown process can be hindered. So definitely it's really important for the doula to come in and do that personal touch, that one-on-one, and see how things are going after the childbirth at home in her natural environment that she's going to be.
Give me an example of a person who would use a doula.
Well, this can be, anyone, there's girls who are having babies at 13 all the way up to, 56 years old. So anyone that's giving childbirth can have a doula. You can look up and try to find a midwife and start the interview process. You just don't want to just randomly pick somebody out the book. You want to have that rapport with your doula. So do an interview process, get to know her. Maybe you might not like the way she smells, so you want to find somebody that you really can make that connection with.
If someone is considering having a baby, should they consider having a doula?
Absolutely. They should absolutely consider having a midwife and a doula. Absolutely.
Okay. Now, what would motivate a person to become a doula?
I guess when you look at what's happening in the African American community, and you see the high death rates, the low birth rates, it triggers a question in you like, why are we dying so much, and why are our babies premature? And my best friend actually lost 2 of her sisters from childbirth because of complications. And some of the family believed that it was negligence on the hospital, that they didn't take care of her, they weren't listening to what the mother was saying. And we have a mom that lost 2 of her daughters in childbirth, and that's just crazy to give birth to your children and then have both of them die the same exact way 10 years apart.
And being a healthcare professional in this aspect, because we have several areas of midwifery. Midwifery means being with women. And primarily our goal and our focus and our mission has always been education, preventative, assisting families, whether it's in the hospital, whether it's in freestanding birth center, or even whether or not in the home. And we try to, encourage through education. It's a big component of what we do as nurse midwives and midwives in general. And we try to educate. And one of the biggest, we need more diversity among people. Cultural diversity is the biggest aspect that we as midwives are really pushing for, because culturally we understand that midwives have always been a part of the culture and the community, and as a result you develop this trust factor. You can communicate with people culturally and professionally to understand the needs of early prenatal care, coming for prenatal care, being prepared for birth, and also some of the old African American things as far as good rest postpartally, breastfeeding, spacing pregnancies, a lot of other different aspects, but definitely totally involved in the woman's aspect of her prenatal care, obstetrical care, her gynecological care, her family planning, and a little bit of preventative health care here also.
You have been in this for how many years?
I've been in nurse midwifery 25 years now in the Charleston area, but I have worked obstetrics in the obstetrical community since 1986.
So what motivated you to become a midwife?
Well, first of all, my own experience. I had a midwife for my delivery 43 years ago, and it was awesome. It encompassed still the things that we do right now, a lot of education, a lot of support, a lot of follow-up. So that's what really promoted me. And it was different compared to just going to the medical person, but to a woman who could identify, who could relate, who could, just hands off and let me do what I want to do for my birth. So basically, midwifery is all about we're here to assist women, not so much take control of their birth experience, but be there to assist them with their birth and make it as low intervention as possible.
So finally, if we wanted to make the difference between doula and midwife, the doula is like a coach.
Definitely a birth coach.
Birth coach. And the midwife assists.
We're professionally trained to assist, we're professionally trained to take care of a woman through the whole course of her pregnancy, be it preconceptually, prenatally, antepartum, postpartum, intrapartum, throughout the whole course, and also to follow through with her family planning needs also. Okay,
so where can the viewers get more information?
So right now I have a webpage up at www.gardenofdoula.com. There you will find the information about what a doula is and my services that I provide to the community. And then also on the events tab, you will also find where we have a well-renowned trainer, Mama Shafia Monroe, is actually coming to visit Charleston. And she's going to provide the training services for any, one that wants to come and take our training course for 3 days in April.
Okay. Christina and Penelope?
Yes.
I learned a lot today about midwifery and being a doula.
Yes.
Ooh. We want to thank all of our guests for joining us today on Bounce Around Charleston. If you would like to be a guest or you have an event, email us at bouncearound@live5news.com. And don't forget to join our fan pages. And we look to see you right here next week on Bounce Around Charleston.